Hello, good morning to everyone. So, myself is Dr. Kausar Unnisa, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Commerce and Management, Government First Grade College, KGF. In the previous classes and all, we have come across other types of promotions, that is public relations, advertising. So, in this class, we are going to have discussion on one more promotional tool, that is nothing but the personal selling. What does it mean? The characteristics and importance. Let me have discussion in this session. So personal selling is nothing but it is one of the integral part of a promotion mix. So which involves the face-to-face interaction with prospective buyers for presenting goods and services and convincing them to make a purchase. And this personal selling will comprise connecting, engaging, persuading the buyers to satisfy their needs or to satisfy their problems in a most effective way. And this personal selling is one of the direct and personal communication to influence the prospective customers to make a purchase decision. So personal selling is a type of selling initiative by the business companies or a way of insisting or persuading the local people to try their products. It is surely one of the distinctive methods which is used by the selling strategists to achieve their goal of selling and the destined quantity of sales. Let us we know that what I mean by this personal selling means it is nothing but the face-to-face selling activity is going to be taken place where one person who is called as a salesman is trying to convince the other person, nothing but the customers, to buy a product which has already assigned by the company. And it is one of the promotional activity where the salesperson uses his or his own skills and all using his abilities to instigate the people or to persuade the people to buy the product. There are some of the definitions that we have come across with respect to the personal selling. According to American Marketing Association, personal selling is nothing but the oral presentation in a conversation with one or more prospective purchasers for the purpose of making sale. And it is also the ability to persuade the people to buy goods and services at a profit to the seller and benefit to the buyer. And one more definition that is called as Philip Kotler. He also defines that personal selling is nothing but the face-to-face interaction with one or more prospective purchasers for the purpose of making presentations and procuring order. These are the two definitions where we have come across. Let us will go for having let's see for the characteristics of personal selling. When we see this personal selling, how it looks like. Because personal selling involves an oral presentation of the messages in the form of conversation with one or more prospective customers for the purpose of making sales. And it is a personal form of communication which occurs where an individual salesperson is going to sell a product or service to a client, because companies appoint salesperson to contact prospective buyers and to create awareness about the product and to develop a product preference with the aim of making a sale. These are all some of the characteristics which are related to personal selling. Let us will go one by one. The first one is personal form. This is the first feature of personal selling, which means that there is a face-to-face interaction between buyers and sellers. Under personal selling, personal contact is established between the buyers and the salesman because both the parties face each other and they are going to have a direct face-to-face dialogues which are going to be taken place or to involve the interactive relationship between the seller and the buyer. So it is called as a personal form. And the next type of personal selling, the characteristic feature of personal selling is development of relationship. We know that personal selling allows a salesperson to develop personal relationship with prospective customers or with the interested customers, so which are going to become one of the important for making the sale. And it also results in the development of personal relationship between the salesperson and the buyer. Here, the seller tries to understand the needs of the buyer and provide the product matching the customer's needs. So we can able to come across that, we can able to see there will be an existence of relationship can be seen with the help of personal selling. And the next characteristic feature, that is called as oral conversation. There is an oral conversation between the salesperson and the buyer regarding the features of the product. So what are all the features of the product? It may be relating to price, color, shape, design, or the method of the use, etc. All these are all can be explained in a very neatly manner to the buyer. Through this feature, the salesperson or the salesman tries to persuade the customers for a particular product. So with that, we can able to have a good or a healthy relationship can also be existed in case of oral conversation. That is also one of the objective characteristic feature. And the next is quick solution of queries. If any questions or if any queries are relating, so that can also be done with the help of personal selling, because the prospective buyer can make the inquiries regarding the product, because salesmen are going to answer these queries quickly and removes the doubt in the mind of the buyer. The seller is always trying to receive the feedback of the consumers, because a consumer is the only person who can tell us well about the product, whether it is goodness or about it badness. And the next is nothing but the receipt of additional information. Usually before introducing its product, a company is cautious of the preferences of the possible buyers, because however, during the course of personal selling, when the salesperson is in direct contact with the buyer, he or she is going to gather the additional information regarding their taste and likings. And then next is characteristic feature is nothing but the real sale. Under personal selling, the buyers are not only informed about the product, but the goods are actually sold to them. A good salesman is considered to be the person who is going to influence or who is going to satisfy the customer to the product. So it is possible to induce to the make the salesman to induce to buy and use a particular product. So these are all the characteristic features of personal selling. Let us we go for the importance of personal selling, the role of personal selling, how it is going to be taken place in the place of business or in the place of customers. And here, in case of personal selling, because we know that personal selling is one of the important marketing tool for small business, particularly those that sell high value products and services to other businesses rather than consumers. Companies can undertake personal selling by hiring sales representatives who are going to visit the customers, or by contacting customers by the telephone. Companies are also selling to the consumers may find it very uneconomical to deal with individual consumers unless they are selling face-to-face in a mail or marketing high-value products, maybe such as cars, or selling the products that require demonstration, such as it may be of smartphones or computers. Let us will go for how this personal selling is very important to the business, because immediate feedback can be seen in the through the means of personal selling in the business, because the sellers get a quick response or feedback of the performance of the products in the market, because all other tools of promotional mix like advertisement, sales promotion, these are all are having certain time lag in communicating the results of progress of various products and services, because the immediate and real-time feedback which is going to helps the business to keep the information generated through personal selling is the consideration to improvise the products for future use. And the next, how it is important means, because with the help of personal selling, we can go for having a minimum wastage of efforts. Personal selling is identifies and it also searches the most appropriate prospects for selling goods and services. The effective prospecting assist is focusing the efforts only on those who have the higher probability of making a purchase. And it also helps in minimization of sales force or the efforts which are interested for the potential buyers. And the next is it can go for having a cost control. Personal selling plays an important role in reducing the selling expenses and thereby bringing more profits for the company. The selling expenses are controlled by emphasizing only on those prospects that have higher probability of making a purchase decision. How means to the business, it can go for having a customer confidence, because the collaborative or partnering nature of personal selling is finding the right solution at the right place. Delivering better products and services ultimately results in winning the customer's confidence. And the last is nothing but the goodwill. The objective of personal selling is to bring revenues for the company along with winning customer on continual basis. The goodwill and the reputation of the company is developed through satisfying the needs of the target segments in an effective manner. These are all the role which is being played in case of business. Let us will see how it is being useful in for the customers also, because the customer centric approach is embedded in personal selling. The various benefits of personal selling can be seen now. One is it is going to assist in identification of needs, because the salesperson provides information about the different products for different needs of potential buyers. Personal selling efforts are more about understanding the demands and enlightening the potential buyers by providing them information of new arrivals, modifications in the products, and also identifying the right kind of product to meet their needs. And the second one is personalization and customization. Personal selling is highly customized form of communication, because the customized information for different customers is designed keeping in consideration that the various factors affecting their buying behavior. So it also differs from advertisement in the mode and the manner of communication, because advertisement is unilateral, whereas personal selling is bilateral and personalized according to the requirements of different buyers. And the next point is towards provides consultation and guidance. The personal seller also provides follow-up services to maintain the relationship with customers, because the after-sale services such as installation, repairs, maintenance with respect to use and disposal of services are also ensured in the case of personal selling. And it is a source of information also, because the feedback or the responses of the customers for companies' offerings can be easily gauged by the salesperson, because personal selling is going to act as an interface between the customers and top management of the company. The feedback received from the customers act as an input for further improvisation, modification, or removal of the product in future. And the next two points are relating how personal selling is important to the society, because personal selling plays a constructive role in the progress of the society. So let us will see one by one. It is improvement in standard of living. Personal selling enables and it is educating the buyers about the new improved product, because it assists in maintaining equilibrium by reducing the fluctuation in price. Salespersons are going to act as an interface between the company and the customers at large, but the inputs of the customers and society at large are communicated for developing better products at affordable prices. And the next point is towards the society, that is employment opportunities, because the scope of personal selling also entails creating employment opportunities for people. The working conditions are also changing because of the online preferences of the companies. Salesmen need not to go door to door, but now assist customers in choosing a final product out of all the available options. And the next is opportunities for career advancements. Personal selling enables and it is also creation of the opportunities for career advancements. From starting his career as a field salesman, a person can rise his level till the CMO, to passing through the stages of area sales manager, regional sales manager, and others, because competitors are also looking for a start sales performer. Hence, he can always be showered by the offers from the competitors. And it is also a true movement in an industry, because each industry is engaged in selling activity. Hence, the selling skills give a person an additional advantage to move across industries without having any kind of specialized degree. A small training is sufficient to make him understand about all the technical jargons of the industry. With this, I'm going to have a conclusion that personal selling is a process where the salesman attempts Personal selling is a process wherein the salesman attempts to sell the products to the customers after meeting them either face to face or contact them through online media. The salesmen are going to use their specialized skills to impress customers and to encourage them at least try the product. And sales management, salesmanship, and personal selling are interlinked and have a lot of commonalities. The interlinkages and interrelatedness helps to provide value-added relationships to both company and customers. Besides this, there are many selling situations which are depending upon many factors such as product, market, medium, and customer. A salesman should take cognizance of this selling situation carefully and also have to plan his strategy. So with this, I'm going to end the session for the day. Thank you.